Welcome back, everybody, to the Party Up podcast. Today, our party consists of myself and my good friend Dave Elperin. Say hello to the people, Dave.
Hello. Thanks for having me, Sal.
Hell yeah, dude. Okay, so Dave is a good friend of mine here at URI in the film program. We've known each other for about, 2 years now?
Yeah,
Ish?
two and a half.
Yeah, something like that. We met in film theory, right?
Yeah, that was a real doozy.
The worst film theory class, basically, I think you could ever possibly have.
Good times.
Yeah, it worked out for the better, though. Okay, so you're a filmmaker.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, just tell us about how you got your sort of start. Where did your interest in film come from? Was it
I don't know, because when I was a kid, I watched stuff like Star Wars.
Yeah.
I was really into video games for a while, but that kind of waned, and I don't know. I just started watching movies on TCM, AMC.
Yeah, you started watching like classic stuff.
Yeah, I guess classic stuff. The first director I really got into was David Lynch.
Yeah,
he did Twin
What was
Peaks.
was it Twin Peaks that got you into David Lynch, or what was it like? What was?
Well, I knew about Twin Peaks, but the movie that really got me into filmmaking was Blue Velvet.
Okay, I've never seen it, but I've heard a lot of things about that.
Great movie, and I got interested in David Lynch.
It's Dennis Hopper, right?
Yeah, Dennis Hopper, Kyle MacLachlan, Isabella Rossellini.
Okay, Kyle MacLachlan's in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I got interested in David Lynch and got me into other filmmakers. And I don't know, I just like filmmakers that push the boundaries or mix certain genres together. I really like...
yeah, you like filmmakers who sort of defy the...
they walk on that tightrope.
The brackets of genre, right?
I guess. They walk on a tightrope, and if one mistake happens...
It's down.
Yeah.
Yeah, down the tubes.
By David Lynch, John Carpenter, Paul Verhoeven.
Verhoeven's, he did Total Recall, right?
Yeah, RoboCop. Did a lot of movies in the Netherlands, which I like a lot.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know what else I like. Just movies that push the boundaries. A movie I recently saw that I loved was Good Time.
Yeah, that's Robert Pattinson. Yeah, right.
That was a wonderful movie.
What's that movie about?
So it's about this. I wouldn't say he's stupid, but
little dim.
Yeah, it's about this dim-witted robber and his brother who has there's something wrong in his brain.
Sure.
They rob a bank, but the brother that's mentally challenged, he gets thrown in prison, and the robber has 24 hours to get his brother out of jail.
Okay.
It's a very...
He's breaking him out, or is this
he has to get bail money.
Oh.
And it's a very...
Okay, so it's
movie.
it's like a quest for the bail money.
Yeah.
Cool. I like that.
Great movie, well shot. It's very energetic.
Mm-hmm. Who directed it?
The Safdies. So they're...
I've never heard of them.
They're kind of new. Keith Brown actually... they didn't go to
Keith Brown, the man, the myth, the legend. That's our sort of main film production professor here. Yeah.
So he taught at BU when they were making one of their movies, when they were students there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
They actually spoke at URI a few years ago.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Was that before we were here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Okay, so you're in a bunch of production. Are you in both production classes right now?
Yeah, Phantom
both of Keith's?
and 495.
Yeah, working with the Phantom slow motion camera and then just the senior seminar production class.
Yeah.
What are you working on in those classes?
So for 495, I'm hoping to direct again, and I'm making a comedy right now. I don't want to spoil anything, but very absurd. It's about family dynamics. That's all I can say right now. But
okay.
As one of my actors from my previous movie, Summer, Logan
Raposo.
Yeah.
I'm having him on the podcast next week. That's going to be awesome.
Great guy. But yeah, I finished the script. A lot of people liked it, and I hope to shoot it late March.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, I mean, you know who to call if you need behind-the-scenes photography. Oh, yeah. Shameless plug, hashtag shameless plug. I like to do behind-the-scenes photography, so hire me, please. So... what became of, because we worked on a film last semester called Summer.
Yeah.
Right? What are you still planning to do anything with that? Or are you shipping it out, sending it anywhere?
I don't know.
Doing any kind of promotion with that?
I like to do something with it, but I don't know, because it's very music oriented, and you have to pay rights.
Oh yeah. It would be super tough to get the licensing for the music.
Yeah, but the way I see it is that if I ever want to revisit it, make it a feature-length movie.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to do that because it's based off a book me and my DP read, we took the outline of it and made its own thing.
Yeah, you like adapted it into like a shorter
Yeah.
kind of like you condensed it and made it into like a.
Yeah. So I'd like to revisit it one day, but I don't know.
Yeah, because I was really impressed with the soundtrack for that film. I was really impressed with the final product. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it
short
turns
film.
out you have to pay for music rights.
Yeah, that is a pretty important part, especially if you're like gonna send it to any kind of film festivals. Like you could probably like YouTube might take it down if you wanted to throw it on something like that. Like, but yeah, no, they won't let you have unlicensed music in a film that you're actually trying to distribute.
But
'Cause it turns out that is theft.
yeah. But at the end of the day, I became more relaxed with directing. I have a good cast and crew.
Yeah.
Like some of my movies.
Well, what would you say is that like? What would you say you took away from the experience of directing Summer? Was that the first like sort of big film that you directed?
I've directed before, but it was very minor. I shot a movie on 16mm film.
Yeah.
But this one felt more like a crew.
Yeah.
Because the one I shot in 16mm, it felt more guerrilla style.
Yeah, I would imagine a lot of projects in that 16mm class do. I never took it, but they do teach a production class at our school where the students sort of get familiar with 16mm Bolex cameras and shoot like short stuff on that.
Aside from that, there's also Phantom class. I wrote a script for it. I'm not directing it because my teacher wants the people who wrote the script not to direct, but direct other people's scripts. I hope
that's a cool idea.
I hope to direct a movie in there. But I direct another comedy.
That's cool. Do you have a script in mind? Who wrote the script that you want to direct?
Brandon LaFleur.
Yeah, you want to direct one of Brandon's? I'm hoping to get him on this podcast. I think he'd be a pretty good guest.
Well, I heard he's not an artist, according to him.
Yeah, no, according to him, he's self-titled, not an artist.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to do that. I'm in the stages of hiring my actors for
for the new film.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're in the stages for hiring your actors. You plan to include Logan Raposo again?
Of course.
Yeah.
Hopefully Jack Shipley and Mark Davies. But
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been in a bunch of projects around URI.
Yes, me and Brandon LaFleur's movies have finally crossed universes.
Yeah, you guys finally crossed the streams.
Yeah, the URI.
Now the collective Dave Elperin, Brandon LaFleur, collective cinematic universe. It's kicking off, man. It's gonna be big. It's the next MCU. Here we go. Yeah. Tell me about some of the video games that you used to play.
Well, I was really into Star Wars, so
yeah. Did you play like Knights of the Old Republic? Was that your big one?
I love that game.
Yeah.
I had some of the PC ones. I had Dark Forces, which I liked a lot. I'm trying to think what I had for PC games because I didn't really have like any consoles until like the original Xbox.
Yeah.
So it was mostly the Game Boy and the PC.
Yeah, prior to that, it was mostly like PC stuff and
it was like,
Game Boy.
Yeah, it was mostly like adventure games, like the point-and-click ones, like I don't know, Monkey Island. I don't know
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never played it, but I'm very familiar with it.
Like Day of the Tentacle. Trying to think what else.
You ever played Grim Fandango?
Yeah, I like that game a lot.
Yeah, I love that game. I love the style of that game. It's so cool.
I had like Game Boy stuff like Zelda. I love that. Pokemon, of course.
Sure.
I'm trying to remember what else.
You told me you really like Fallout 3, right?
Yeah, I love the Fallout games.
Yeah.
I really like Bethesda. I definitely had Morrowind when I was growing up. But I just don't really see the appeal of video games. Like with movies.
Anymore? Yeah.
Video games, it's like too much of an investment.
Well,
you have to pay money.
Yeah. We kind of discussed this, right? When I did a focus group last semester on the game that released last year called Cuphead.
Yeah.
And you were a part of the focus group. And we sort of discussed how with video games, you kind of either, right? Like when you're a kid, kind of everybody's into video games. But then
Either
like once you
grow
start
into it or you don't.
Yeah, you either grow into the hobby of video games or you grow out of it. Yeah. I grew into it, you grew out of it more into film, right? Where it's kind of like we're kind of on opposite like complementary like wavelengths when it comes to that. Like I like my primary interest in video games, but I still have a major interest in film. And then yours is primarily in film with like a sort of like supplementary like video game thing. Do you play any games anymore?
I'm trying to even think. Last game I played was one I got for free because there's the Humble Bundle.
Yeah.
It was called XCOM.
Oh yeah. XCOM Enemy Unknown or something like that, right? That's a turn-based strategy game, right?
Oh no, it's like a third-person shooter.
Is it really?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Because they did an XCOM game that was the third-person shooter, and then they did one that was a turn-based strategy game. The turn-based strategy games are what really took off. Yeah, the third-person shooter didn't do too well.
Yeah, it was to put simply a piece of shit.
Okay, well there you go. Game recommendations by Dave Elperin there. Okay, so tell us what you want to do. Like, think big here. Think like blue sky.
Yeah.
Like 10 years down the line. Like, what do you want to do with the film, the knowledge that you've gathered while you've been here at URI?
Hopefully not be homeless. That's
the
number
idea.
one.
Yeah. That's a big thing.
Hopefully I get to make my own movie. That would
Like,
be a
would you
dream
like
come
to
true.
direct features and stuff?
I'd like to direct features. Just anything, I guess. Just doing what I want to do, like have my own voice. Hopefully it'll resonate with people. The way I see it is that the one thing I want people to take away from a movie is a reaction. Whether they hate it or not, they remember it. Because there's plenty of movies.
Yeah.
There's plenty of movies that you see and like you forget. That's how I feel about like a lot of Oscar movies.
Yeah, that's a good attitude to have, I feel like, because you like it's good to be sort of confident in your own work and sort of like want to elicit a reaction out of people where it's like, if you love it, that's great. If you hate it, I don't really care.
At least,
it's like at least you got a
something.
reaction. Yeah.
Like that's the thing with Good Time, It didn't get nominated for anything, but that's a movie that people are gonna look at 5 or 10 years, I imagine.
Yeah.
Like, filmmakers are gonna be inspired by it.
That's cool. I have to check that out.
Well, like I don't know, I'm trying to think of a movie. Like any biopic, like half of them, you don't remember them. You just watch them and.
Those are total Oscar bait.
Yeah.
They're just a vehicle for an actor to
win an Oscar.
Yeah, to just act their asses off, which is cool. Like it's cool to like.
But there's no shelf life for it.
Yeah, no, they're kind of.
The movies
fleeting.
I remembered are the ones that push the boundaries, not necessarily the ones that win awards. It'd be cool to win an award, but I just
sort of like. I can't think of the right term.
A movie like Taxi Driver, that was controversial. Didn't win anything, but people still
didn't
talk
win
about
anything?
it. No.
Ah.
But people still talk about it.
Yeah, that movie's timeless. That's a pretty crazy movie. That movie's super fucking unsettling.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's got a very, very uncomfortable atmosphere.
Or any of David Lynch's works. People still talk about him.
Yeah. Not necessarily critically acclaimed when they came out, but like...
Well, some of them were, some of them
were.
weren't. Yeah.
But...
It's like the thing with the new Twin Peaks, I don't think he got nominated for anything, but a lot of people are taking a lot away from it, and I wouldn't say it's a reboot, but it's very much a continuation.
Yeah.
And out of all the like revivals I've seen, that's the one that's been the most successful or acclaimed, I guess, because it like explores what it means to return to something. Something like Fuller House, I guess. That's the only one I could think of.
Yeah, no, that's a really interesting observation because it is kind of like, well, I mean, take like what about the new X-Files for another example of that? Like,
I haven't seen the X-Files, but I heard
me neither. Yeah, I've heard the new seasons are kind of crap, but it is like another example of something where it's like you take a show that's like kind of beloved from like 20 years ago, and people are like, we want more, and then you just throw it back on screen. Obviously, you can't really compare it to like you showed me an episode of Twin Peaks.
Oh yeah.
Right?
And the reactions to it were what I expected. Everyone had their own reaction, which is what I like.
Their own unique reaction. Yeah. Like some of us really liked it, some of us hated it.
Yeah.
I was kind of right in the middle. Like I didn't hate the thing by any means.
But you're glad you watched it.
Yeah,
I bet there's
I have
moments
no regrets
from
about
it
watching
that you
it.
still remember.
Yeah, a few of them. I can't wait. What was it? What he was saying when he was pulling the slot machine?
Oh, hello. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, there's a moment in that episode when Kyle MacLachlan is like, he comes out of like this alternate dimension or some shit, and he's super loopy, and he's like in a casino, and he's just like picking up on what everybody else is doing, and he's like, oh, that's how I should act. And so it's like this lady is pulling the slot machine, and she's like, hello, or something like that, and then he just starts doing that, pulling the fucking the slot machine. Basically, my main takeaway from that episode of Twin Peaks, with no context. No experience with David Lynch. No, nothing like I've never seen any of his movies. Never seen Twin Peaks. Anything like that. There's nothing
like it.
There's nothing else on TV like Twin Peaks.
And that's what I love about his style. I mean, there's certain directors like I don't like, even though there's nothing like it. But with Lynch, you have comedy, absurdity, terror, all mixed in one.
Yeah.
And there's no one really like that, and that's what I love about it. He's one of the only filmmakers that really uses the medium to the extent like shooting a scene, the sound, everything. You can tell like it's 100% him. What were we on before we started talking about Twin Peaks?
I was talking about It's talking about you and your sort of like your plans for the future. Because like that's like a common thing that I'm trying to ask everybody that I get on this podcast, because like most of us are seniors, most of us are graduating.
That's pretty
And
scary.
so, oh yeah, fuck it, dude, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like
like for
real,
now,
real talk, I have no idea. I have like a very like tentative idea of where I want to go, but no idea what I really want to do.
I guess for now I just want to get experience. It'd be cool.
You just want to get more
company.
experience making movies and stuff?
Making movies, just working on other people's sets. Last semester, after I made my movie, I worked on other sets because I know I just
want
I love the energy. I wanted stuff on my resume, and it was fun.
You just love being on the movie set. You want to work with everybody.
Yeah, especially with people like that you love working with.
Yeah, totally.
There were people from summer that were on other sets that I liked working with, and I helped them out. And sometimes it was a little boring, but I got memories out of it.
That's cool. Yeah. What's like no realism here. No like real worlds like holding you back at all. What's like your ultimate dream? Like what's your dream?
Well,
what's your dream for making movies?
Well, shaking David Lynch's hand would be probably one, but
oh, that'd be sick.
I don't know, just making movies that people like, I guess, or having a reaction to it. I have some ideas flying around, but I don't know what I want to do yet.
No,
not yet. Maybe for short films. It's weird, like, I started writing short films, like, semesters ago, and it feels very different from writing, like, a feature-length film. It's a hard task to do, but I have some
because
ideas.
you like, with a feature, you've just got so much more, like you've just got such bigger boundaries to work, like, the narrative, like, the framework of the narrative in, With a short film, it's like what, 10, 15 minutes at max, like.
I'd definitely like to make a road movie one day.
Yeah? Like a road trip type stuff?
Yeah, very like 70s oriented.
Like some
in the Midwest. I'd love to do that.
Like focused around like the like Vanishing Point type stuff, or what are you thinking?
Well,
like,
Vanishing Point's like an action.
That's all
movie.
about that's all about the car chase.
But
right?
Similar to that, like just I don't know. There's a movie called Two Lane Blacktop, which I like a lot. It's sort of like
I've never heard of that.
It's the anti-Vanishing Point. It's about like these drifters on like. It's very much about like alienation in the 70s and like these drifters like just driving to nowhere and like they're racing against another guy. What's his face from the Beach Boys is in it. Dennis Wilson and James Taylor are in it.
Oh, okay.
I like it a lot, and I'd love to make a movie similar to that, very 70s oriented. But it's just an idea floating around in my head.
That's cool.
But I'd like to make movies in like different locations. I really like neon, the look of neon.
Yeah.
I'd love to shoot something in, I don't know, Vegas or Hong Kong.
Oh, yeah.
They have a very distinct look.
Yeah, they lend a super interesting look to films.
Yeah.
Or
I love vintage signs too.
Yeah.
I would love to make a movie full of those.
That's cool. That's an interesting look. All right. Well, I don't know. I think that's about all we got. You satisfied?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, totally. Anything else you want to mention? Anything else
you
want to talk about?
To promote, but no, I have nothing to promote. My dignity, I guess.
Yeah, that's a go. Check out David Elperin. Check out the Dave Show on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
There you go. That's your plug.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Check out Dave's films. Dave, very talented guy, good director. Love working with him.
Message me on Instagram if you want a link to my movies.
Oh hell yeah.
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 Because I can't put it on YouTube.
That's exclusive stuff, man.
Yeah. Pay $5.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks very much for coming on the Party Up podcast, my dude. It's been fun. Real. Yeah. And best of luck to you and all your future ventures, man.
If Shotty is listening, excellent job, Shotty.
Excellent job, Shotty.
Even though most people won't get that reference.
Fuck it, dude. He'll get it, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. He'll be the only person watching my movies in 20 years.
He'll be one of the 5 like listeners that I have on this podcast. I don't even know where this shit's going yet, dude. Like I said, it'll probably go on YouTube and SoundCloud, and that's if I can figure out how to get the fucking thing on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know how to work any other podcasting apps or anything like that.
Oh wait, I have to promote my Instagram name, David ELP96.
There you go.
So they can see.
All right, yeah. At David Elp96 on Instagram. Check out the Dave Show. It's fun.
Thank you, Sal.
Thanks, Dave. All right.